The democratic rights deny African Americans their exercise of civil and political rights by terrorizing black communities with lynch mobs and other forms of violent violence. Convict labor system that forced many thousands of African Americans back into unpaid labor, corporal punishment, overwork, and disease from unsanitary conditions. As life in the South became increasingly difficult, African Americans began to migrate north in great numbers. Harlem was the destination for migrants from around the country, attracting both people seeking work from the South and an educated class who made the area a center of culture. As well as growing Negro middle class, many more African Americans arrived during the First World War. One of the most significant intellectual and artistic trends of the 20th century American history, the Harlem Renaissance impacted art, literature, and music in a manner that forever altered the American cultural landscape. This was a movement in the 20th through which African Americans, writers, artists, and musicians sought to embrace black heritage and culture in American life. This shift towards a more politically assertive and self-confident conception of identity and racial pride led to the establishment of the concept of the new Negro coined by Alain Locke. Our problem is to conceive, develop, establish an art era. No white are painting black. Let's bare our arms and plunge them deep through laughter, through pain, through sorrow, through hope, through disappointment, into the very depths of the souls of our people, and drag for that material fruit, raw, neglected. Then let's sing it, dance it, write it, paint it. Let's do the impossible. Let's create something transcendentally material, mystically objective, earthy, spiritually earthy. Aaron Douglas, who created a singular mix of Afrocentric allegory and modernist abstraction, is the subject of a valuable exhibition of the Schomburg Center for the Research in Black Culture. Louis Jones attended the School of Museum of Fine Art, Boston, during a time of strong discrimination against African Americans. She entered her works into exhibitions that didn't recognize African American artists by having white friends deliver the painting. In other cases, prizes awarded to her were taken away and given to her white competitors. Despite this challenge, Jones prevailed as an artist. Mine is a quiet exploration quest for new meanings in color, texture, and design, even though I sometimes portray the scenes of poor and struggling people. It's a great joy to paint. Jacob Lawrence was the first mainstream African American artist. His success began at the age of 24 and lasted until he died in 2000. Lawrence is the best known for his Migration series of paintings, where he shows the migration of blacks from Africa to the United States. This series focuses mainly on their history in the South. Throughout his life, he won many awards and a lot of recognition for his works. I've always been interested in history, but they never taught Negro history in the public schools. I don't see how a history of the United States can be written honestly without including the Negro. William Grant Still's music exemplifies the incorporation of Harlem Renaissance ideals into art music through expressing African American heritage in his music, a prominent figure musically, socially, and politically. In addition to championing black culture as a composer, Still broke several racial barriers in the American music scene. His Afro-American Symphony was the first symphony composed by an African American and performed by a major orchestra. Duke Ellington provides an interesting contrast to his contemporary William Grant Still. While both are among the most prominent composers of the Harlem Renaissance, they came from strikingly different backgrounds. Ellington was never formally trained in music. He began studying piano at the age of 7, taught himself harmony at the piano, and learned orchestration through experimentation with his band. He began studying piano at age 7, taught himself harmony at the piano, and learned orchestration through experimentation with his band. Ellington is the best known as a big band leader and arranger, as a songwriter, and as the voice of jungle music. In the 20s and early 30s, Ellington's band was the house band of the Harlem's Current Club. Far from sophistication, the Current Club gigs often feature jungle decor and elaborate costumes to accompany the jungle sound, intended to imply the exotic music of Africa.